when you taunt a demon, when you call them out at a place that is known to be infested by them, you don't do that. And you learn very quickly that they can do things to you. They can give you illnesses. They can follow you home, attach themselves to you, and wreak havoc on your relationships and family. It's a visual form of understanding this other realm of life, this spiritual side of life, and you see how powerful it is while we're alive, not when we die. So that intrigued me about this case here in this home. Is there's so many credible sources to validate that this happened. It wasn't just a family.
I took approximately 8 or 9 pictures. I started reviewing the pictures, and all of a sudden, while I'm involved in this conversation, the AM/FM radio went to static and turned up very loud, and it said, "You in there?" And it started garbling sound, and I said, and the person on the phone say, "What the hell was that?" And I say, "I don't know." I say, "Let me call you back."
You have signed documents from the state of Indiana, from the family case manager at the hospitals and the CPS workers, clergy, police officers. And that's what really sparked my interest with this, is how many different people validated these strange events that were manifestations of a demonic possession.
I called him. I said, "Man, I got something to tell you." And he said, "I got something to tell you." He said, "While you were in the basement and standing by the stairs, I saw silhouettes of 2 figures standing in front of the stairs in front of you." And I said, "What?"
I'm overwhelmed by what I'm hearing, what I'm finding out. And there are some things that I've experienced, that I need to, analyze further to get more accurate. I'm not making any assumptions yet. It's too early in the investigations to make the assumption that this place is still containing demons or a portal to hell, or, it may be very well just a haunted home as well on top of this, seeing the history of this location. There's some interesting things about this particular area as well. But it's also something that you have to investigate to see if it really did happen, that it wasn't made up, that it wasn't sensationalized, that it wasn't massive hysteria. As an investigator, I take in consideration all these things.
I thought it was a scam to receive federal or state funds to assist them with their bills or whatever the case may be.
And now how do you feel?
I feel that, seriously speaking, I feel that it's something very bad going on in that house.
Well, this is my industry. This is my passion. I'm a paranormal investigator, and it's full time. And I want to learn more about the spiritual side of life, the biblical side of life. And an exorcism is one of the best ways to witness the biblical side of life, the power of God fighting the power of evil. And us living persons are caught in the middle of that. And, being able to witness this gives us, living people, a lot of answers about the other side of life, the other realm of life. And this case has so many different credible sources, from CPS workers, from the captain of the police department that I spoke with numerous times yesterday. I've spoken with the Reverend Father Michael, who did the exorcisms, and there's police officers, nurses, physicians, so many different credible sources that witness things that most people don't even believe in. This is powerful stuff, and this is where I want to learn more for myself. personally. And something called me to the house, and in some weird way I was able to connect with the landlord, and it just happened. I obtained the house, and I'm going to be heading there soon to investigate if it's true. And you said a portal to hell. The captain of the police department gave me that exact same quote too. Him and his officers said that underneath that staircase is a portal to hell. And there's things that they're finding in that dirt too, and there's other research that I'm doing right now to give me clues about possibly events that happened there that could have opened up this portal. And it's very scary. People can get hurt. People can die. But these are the answers that I want to know. These are the answers that I want to know about this side of life that we all may face after death. This is the power of God's fighting the power of demons. And us human beings are right in the middle of this. And with all these credible sources, this may be just like a powerful event as if a UFO landed here and aliens got off the ship and a whole platoon of officers took pictures of these aliens. This is similar because these officers claim to have photographed these ghosts. And I'm there. I'm there. Without hesitation, I'm there. If I get injured, if I get hurt, if the demons aren't there anymore, if the portal is there, well, I want to find out.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. One of the stars of Ghost Adventures, Zach Bagans, has made a purchase. A haunted house for $35,000 in Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana. Let me say it once again. This is bizarre, but this house supposedly had a history of being haunted by ghosts, and Zach was interested in it. The backstory to this is very interesting, why people believe that house is haunted. So Zach is joining us right now. Zach, welcome to TMZ Live.
How you guys doing?
We're good. So first of all, what's the allure to that little shack?
Well, here you have a case that may be the cream of the crop, the big home run for paranormal, for demonic natured hauntings. The thing that's intriguing me to this is how many different credible sources are validating the claims of this exorcism.
Hey Zach, it's Gary. So Harvey, one of the things with this house is there were reports that the kids, when they were staying there, actually levitated above the beds and had, at one point when they claimed that they were possessed, had walked backwards up a wall, during the possession. And this was witnessed by other people that were at the house and officials.
We have a CPS report where medical staff have actually documented that while they were at the doctor's office,
Not
these
the house,
children,
but at the doctor's
office, these children were observed being lifted and thrown into a wall with nobody touching them.
The CPS worker and the nurses all saw this kid crawl backwards up the wall. They saw this kid crawl backwards up the wall.
It sounds like you need to get in touch with the kid and not so much the house.
This may well be the most well-documented exorcism, and it has a lot to do with the house because the captain of the police department believes that a portal to hell is underneath that staircase, and they're finding things in that dirt right now that may have something to do with this demonic infestation.
What? I mean, what? What specifically did he say that is shocking?
That when he went to the house, he saw things with his officers and took photos of figures, of these figures, of two men that were standing there that were not of flesh and blood.
Have you seen the pictures?
I've seen some of the photos, but not all the ones that his other officers took, because his other officers want nothing to do with this. They were apparently freaked out by this so much that they don't want to be involved like some of the other people that are involved and doing interviews. But he told me that he left the house and he pulled over to the side. His radio went completely to white noise, lost all transmission to radio signals, and a voice came through that radio, and it told him something, and it gave me chills.
What did it say? You're being really general. What did it say?
It told him something about, don't ever go back to that house. And he gave me the voice, the vocal tone that it spoke through.
Have you seen the pictures yet? You said that you said you saw some of the police chief's pictures. What did you see in the photos? What did you see in the photos? Did you see what he says he saw?
The photos that they took inside the house, I have not seen those. I've seen the photo that they took outside the house.
Oh, so you haven't seen the
figure?
Not the photos that they took inside the house of the two figures. But there was a photo released on the outside of the house that apparently shows one of the figures standing in a window. I don't know enough about the photo to give 100% analysis of it, but it does look like a figure, and this is going up against the credibility of a police department.
Okay, Zach, we are totally out of time, but again, thank you very much. If you get any pictures, send them to us, okay?
I'll let you know what happens. I may not be me or speaking in the same voice the next time you talk to me.
Okay, we are forewarned. We're gonna take. By the way,
does he not pay his light bill?
No, but
every time we talk to Zach, he's just in total darkness.
Something tells me it's part of the whole thing. 2 words: Lionel Richie.
Dancing on the ceiling?
You know the way that works. Okay, we're gonna take a break.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. So if you've seen a ghost, you are probably not on the cast of Ghost Hunters, because one of the guys from the very popular show is now admitting that he has never ever seen a ghost.
His name is Steve Gonsalves. He was on. He's been doing this for 20 years.
Yes, and he says he has never seen a floating apparition. He says, I've seen a lot of things I can't explain, objects moving, things falling that don't make sense, but I've never seen an actual ghost.
So it raises an issue.
So immediately everyone goes, aha! I knew that those shows were all fake. I knew that it was just manipulation of the audience
and not just
making it up.
And by the way, not just his show. All of these ghost shows, and there are a lot of popular shows on TV.
Throwing shade on all those shows.
So has he now blown the lid off of this, and is it going to hurt these shows? Zach Bagans is on Ghost Adventures, and Zach makes a good living off of his show, and he joins us right now. We want to talk about what Steve said. Zach, welcome to TMZ Live.
How you guys doing?
We're good. So to what Steve says, you say what?
You know, you got to understand, just because you don't see it, that doesn't mean that it isn't there. The energy inside of our bodies is one of the most mysterious and powerful energies in the world, in the universe. And it still is a mystery right now what happens to this energy when we die. And all that I know is, when it comes to my show, Ghost Adventures, you know, we are very open in having electrical engineers, the publisher of Skeptic Magazine. Anybody that wants to join us in our investigation can. We invite that. We are not trying to hide anything. This is a passion that I have had way before this TV show started. I didn't get casted to play the role of a paranormal investigator. And, you know, I'm not attacking any other shows. Steve Gonsalves is a nice guy, and their reputation is good. But there are some other shows that I know are overproduced, and they cast, you know, paranormal investigators.
Well, have you personally
actually seen one?
A physical?
An apparition?
Yeah.
I've seen 3 of them. The first one that I saw is what got me into this. And that's when I had an experience when I was living in Detroit, Michigan. And I was never thinking about ghosts. I wasn't trying to plan a career with a ghost hunting TV show. I was in Detroit selling cell phones at AT&T Wireless going to school.
I gotta ask you one other question. You sound really angry, and I'm not sure, is that because of what Steve said? But you do sound very upset about this.
I'm not upset. I just, you know, everybody perceives, you know, television to be fake, or they perceive television and certain people on television to be the voice for the entire population of the world. That's just Steve's personal experience. He's never seen an apparition. Maybe he will, but that doesn't mean that he should be criticized for it. He's a great investigator.
Hey, Harvey. Hey, Zach, this is Gary. Harvey, remember we did a story on Zach a couple years ago. He actually had a spirit in his house that was haunting him, that was like pulling on him when he was sleeping, and attacked a girl that he brought home one night. So he's actually like dealt with this in real life.
And I think that's why, Harvey, that's why you feel and sense this level of maybe anger in me, is because I've dealt with some very serious problems from filming these investigations on my show. And so has Nick and Aaron, my investigators.
All right, I understand you're doing something on your website just for this time of year, I take it?
Yeah, I've launched a Reaper wear, which just signifies my personal belief in the afterlife and really just not to fear death.
Zach, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate
man.
it. Okay, let's break.
When we come back, Kim Kardashian.